Hey, what's up YouTubers, Mr. Joe back with another video, and today I'm going to show you how to make a very professional looking intro in After Effects CS6. This works from CS4 all the way to CS6, so how about we get started? Two things you will need is Trapcode form and optical flares. You can pretty much get them anywhere, so let's get started. Oh yeah, before I begin, you can also buy this intro on my website, MrJoubleStudios.com. It costs $8, so if you don't have optical flares and Trapcode form, I can always just make it for you. So let's show you guys the intro. It looks like this. So yeah, it's real cool looking, you know, real professional. Let me just explain a little bit what's going on here. Ooh, God dang. So this is some Trapcode form particles right here. It looks like water and ocean. There are optical flares coming from left and right. This is also made in Trapcode form, this text right here. And it's an orb, and it forms into text. There's a little explosion of optical flare right here. And then, bam, this. So let's get started. Open up After Effects. Voila. Composition, new composition, insert that in here. I'm going to go with 1920 by 1080, but you might want to go with 1280 by 720 because this intro takes a lot of power from your computer because all the particles. So, bammo. There it is. So, right click over here and go to new and then solid. Like so. This doesn't matter what color it is. Make that in there. Then go to effect and go down to Trapcode and go to form. Like so. Now what we want to do is we want to go to base form. We want to go to size X and Y. So for size X, we're gonna we're just gonna assume we're gonna go with 2000. So for Y, we're gonna go for a little bit more than that. We're gonna go for not more, like 1500. Now for the size Z, we're gonna. Oh no, hold on one sec. We're base form. Okay, particles in Z. What we want to do is we want to go to 1 because we only want 1 depth. Now what we want to do is we want to go to the X rotation and rotate this to 90 degrees. So click the second one, just type in 90, and then this should happen. So yeah, you guys pretty much know what's up. Now what you want to do is you want to increase the size Y a little bit more until it comes up to the screen, like that. So 6000 Y. Then after that, you want to increase the particles in X and Y. This could be to your liking, whatever you want. You know, bam. Now make sure this is clicked and drag this down a little bit. Drag it down about this much, right? So now after that, what you want to do is you want to minimize the base form and you want to go to particles. Once you're here, you want to go to size random and put that to 100. And then you want to go to opacity random and put that to 100. So everything's going to get randomized. Now that's done, what we want to do is we want to go to fractal field. Click that and put this to about 120, the disperse. So now it's going to do this wavy thing. I'll put this up a little bit too, like about this high is good. I want to increase the particles in here, so I'm going to go back to base form and I'm going to increase the particles they have everywhere. So bam, and then on the y-axis we're going to increase that too. So as you can see, it's really laggy. This is pretty common in this. I don't like how far back it's going, so I'm going to bring it back in the y-axis. You know, it's really up to you. If you want like half the screen filled with particles, you can do that, but I'm going to decrease my Y because the Y is the one going all the way out there. So maybe, yeah, my Y is too high. Decreasing it more. I'm liking this one right here. So about this much. Drag this a little bit down. Like so. So now if we watch this, it's doing its own little particle dance. Now we can change the color. So if we go close up base form, go to particles, change the color. I want with something blue in my thing, but you can really go with any color you want, like this. And I'm gonna go to. Oh, you know what? Actually, let's not do this. Keep this white. All right, and go to the effects tab right here. So click this one and type in 4. If you just type in 4, you're gonna get 4 color gradient. Take that, just drop it on there, like so. And now you can probably see that it changes color. It's really cool. So now you have 4 different colors that you can have in here. See, there's yellow, green, purple, and blue. So I'm gonna go with the more blue shade. So I'm just gonna go with like all the blue colors I can get. Try not to be similar. Try to make them different. You know, add in some weird depth to it. There you go. And then bam. So now if we watch this, we could see it's like behaving like that. Now what I want to do next is I want to add a little bit of glow to them. So go back to particles right here, go to sphere and go to glow sphere, and it's going to give you this. Now this is not enough glowy for me, so I'm going to go back to the effects tab and type in glow. Bam, right here. I'm going to put the glow on top of this, so just drag and drop, and bam, increase the threshold a little bit to decrease the how much there is there. So now we got this thing going on. Very cool looking, you know, really nice. So now what we want to do is we want to actually increase our x-axis, because if you guys notice over here, this is too sharp. This region right here, we're going to go back to our base form. So it's like I mentioned before, it's really iffy. So increase our x. There you go. Now we have like a base level horizon over here. That's good. That's exactly what we wanted. So you could decrease if you're on a laptop or something. Make sure you definitely decrease this because your computer is probably like heating up like crazy. But once you have this done, we're gonna add some optical flares. So right click anywhere, go to new, and go to solid. Doesn't matter what color it is. Click that. Go to effect and try to complement the color of your particles. So go with like the same color, blue or something. So go down to effect and video copilot. It's gonna load up. Go over here, options. I'm gonna close up Mozilla Firefox. I don't really need it. Okay, so here it is. Pretty much choose anything you want, but I'm gonna go with, I think this is gonna look nice. So hopefully you know how to use optical flares, but if you don't, go to render mode and go to on transparent. So now drag the optical flare to the side like so. I don't really like it. I don't know, it doesn't look nice, so I'm gonna change the optical flare. Now you might not have pro presets, but you could just go to any optical flare you have and it should look pretty nice. See what this looks like. Too bright. I could decrease brightness, but I don't want to go through the hassle. Let's see. Going for something blue. Natural flares. I've already been here, haven't I? Lights, standard. Oh, been here too. Trying to find something that really makes it look nice. What? This. Oh, no, that's gross. Okay, guys. Sorry for wasting your time here, but I do want it to look reasonably nice. And I think I just did it. This looks nice. This color right here, this optical flare. So try to find something that really looks nice on here. So I'm going to go with this, like so. What I want to do is I want to drag the optical flare. So actually, let's name this. Oh no, I don't even know how to rename stuff in Sony. This thing. Is it R? No, it's not. Whatever. Drag black solid 2 underneath, like so. Make sure the particles, these are your particles, are on top. So go onto the optical flare and go to flicker and random seed to 100. Speed I'm gonna put to like 15. Put the amount to 45. So it has this thing. Okay, now that we're here, hold down Control. Oh, have your optical flare selected. Then hold down Control and then press D. This duplicates it. So you have a duplicate right here. So click on this optical flare and drag it to the other side. Like so. So we have optical flares coming in from both sides. And then bam. Put the random seed for this one to 160. So bam. So they're both random. So now we have that set up. A little water over here, that. Now what we have to do is we have to make our particle words. So right click anywhere and go to new and go to another solid. This is good. So this is our blank solid that we just made. Now you will need a logo for this. What I mean by that is you need a logo with an empty background to make sure nothing is in the background. You can watch my tutorial on how to make a logo on Sony Vegas, or you probably already have one. So if you have that, it's good to go. Now have a black solid right here and go to effect and go to Trapcode and then go to form. You're gonna get this thing. So now this is where it's gonna get heavy on the computer. You want to go to base form and you want to go to X the size X. Click that and make it the resolution of your composition. So if you were 1280 by 720, make this 1280 by 720. If you're like 1920 and 1080 like me, go to 1920, bam, and then 1080. So it's going to fill up the whole screen. Go to the particles in Z, put that to 1. Bam. Particles in X and Y, we're going to make that the same as you put the size. So 1920 by 1080. It should fill up the whole screen like that. As you can see, it's a little bit transparent. That's okay. We're going to go to the particles for the form, and we're going to increase the size to, I think I'm going to increase the size to about like 1.3. That's a reasonable thing. So increase the size. It'll make it go white or gray. It made it go white. Okay, so once you're here, you gotta get your logo. My logo, hopefully I have my logo on the front. This is my logo right here. So put that in here. See what I mean by empty background? So now this is our logo as an empty background. Put the logo right underneath this particles that you just made. These that you just made. Hold on. This form that you just made, the 1920 by 1081. Maybe for you it's 1280 720. Drag your logo right underneath that, and you should probably see it. Disable it like so. Now go back over here on your black solid number 3, and we're gonna do this. Decrease the base. Remove the base form, and then we're gonna go to layer maps. So there you go, and then color and alpha. Once you're here, go to layer and go to your logo. Mine's image2.png. Once you've done that, go to functionality and go to RGBA to RGBA. This is gonna keep your color for your intro. Once you have that, you want to go to map over. Since we're only dealing in 2 dimensions, what we want to do is X and Y, and then your logo pops up. So here's your logo. This is what it looks like. Now you can do a lot of things with this. This is basically the text to sand intro that I had like uploaded on Tuesday, I think. We could go to fractal strength, anything we want. So I'm going to decrease this right now. We're going to go to fractal field. I'm going to give you an example of what I can do. So go to disperse. We're going to increase it disperse. Look at that. We can increase fractal field and displace it. It's doing this thing right here. So you guys pretty much understand what's going on. What we want to do is we want to make a sphere of your logo. That's what I did in the beginning. So I'm just going to remove the disperse too that I just did. And bam. What we want to do is we want to go to spherical field. Click that. Go to sphere number 1. And this is your X and Y scale. What you want to do is you want to make this go to about 450. 450, and then the Y12 to 450. This is we're only dealing in 2 dimensions. Yeah. Strength, if you increase this to 100%, you're going to see that I just made a circle. As you can see, this is not looking good, so I'm going to change this to 500. Okay, 550. I'm trying to make this is perfect. So 550 for the Y1 also. You could have changed the radius. You could have, but I didn't do it. Anyways, now that we have this thing going on, what we want to do is we want to go back to our disperse. I want to change this to, I don't know what to change it to. 4? Yeah, I'm not liking, well, 4 looks fine. Once you have that done, disperse is at 4. Go back to fractal field and go to displace. I'm going to go with 50. Let's see what that looks like. 50 is too visible. Let's go to 100. Usually I go to 120, but I don't know. I'm not very sure. Okay, that's good. Displace, I'm going to go with 3. Disperse, sorry. And there you go. You have this thing going on. So now it's going to move around. See this? It's like behaving normally. So I want to go to black solid. I'm going to lower this little triangle. I'm going to go to transform, lower that too. I'm going to decrease the scale because it's too big. That's what she said. So once you have that done, just percentage wise decrease this to any size you want. It's up to you, but this looks nice. Put this down here. Now let's just make it right now. So drag your timeline to about 2 seconds, just ahead of 2 seconds, and then click position stopwatch. Click that. Oh no, don't click that. Shoot, unclick it. Drag your sphere to the bottom. So go to the y-axis and increase it. Y-axis increases like so. So that's going to pop up. So as you can see right now, it's at 1292. So we're going to click on the stopwatch, and we're going to make a little keyframe over here. So 12 by 9, so 12 by 91. 12 by 91. We want to make a really small difference. So now that we're here, we're going to go to 4 seconds. So it takes just ahead of 4 seconds. So it takes it like 1.5 seconds to get on top. Now that you have a keyframe, increase your thing. Oh no, decrease your thingy-majiggy, and it should come up. As you can see, just bring it to the center. Keep on decreasing until it gets to the length that you want it to be. So now it's over here, we're good to go. We just made a big, cool keyframe. So if we watch this right now, I'm going to decrease this because the loading time is way too high. Put the half quality there. So as you can see, we made this keyframe line over here, so the sphere is going to pop up. Now you can't change the color of the sphere to whatever you want. It's all up to you. That would be done in the particles field, like so. Now you could do the four-way thing that we did last time, the 4 colors. It's really up to you, but I'm just going to go with the stable one. I'm going to put this on glow sphere. There. Now we can change the color to whatever we want. It could be red. Oh, what happened? It's not red. What is going on? Hold on, I might have to change the color for this instead of that. Let's put that 4-way color gradient on here. There you go. So, there you go. The 4-way color gradient works. I don't know why the particles are not working. So just make sure you type in 4 and drag in the color gradient. You can make this to whatever you want. I'm going to go with a little bit of a red base. Remember that all these colors are customizable. So if you're making this, you can make this a red sea or something. It doesn't really matter. It's all up to you. Your intro. It's an ugly brown. You know, this does not really look that good, but this is a tutorial. So there you go. I'm gonna shut off the glow on the particles. It doesn't look nice. Source. There, that looks cool. Very cool. As you can see, it's behaving around. Okay, so now we just have our whole thing going on. Now we're gonna get to the most hardest part in this, and that is to adjust all of our base form settings. So go back to about 2 seconds when it starts to, actually no, go right ahead of about at 4 seconds when this thing stops going up. So right there. Now we're gonna make some keyframes and we're gonna decrease everything. So what I mean by that is all the stuff that you changed, like for example, you changed the disperse and twist, you changed the fractal field, and you changed the spherical field. So all of this stuff. What we want to do is we want to put a keyframe on everything we changed. So bam, effect size, displace, bam, spherical strength, bam. Now what we want to do is we want to minimize them very, very little until we make a keyframe. So for this, I'm gonna go with 2.9, just a little bit. Bam, 2.9. That just made a keyframe. Displace, we're gonna put this to 99. Just decrease it by like a very small amount. Strength, we're gonna put this to 99. Bam. So now if we go over to, we're gonna go to 5 seconds, so it takes a second for it to come back to normal. I want to put everything we just changed by like a really small amount to 0. So disperse 0, displace 0. It does this thing, and then our last but not least, our strength for spherical field to 0. And then bam, you have your little cool intro. So now if we watch this, let's go frame by frame because this thing is lagging like crazy. We could see that it starts to form back into its own text. It's real hard to see, but here, hold on, let me just skip ahead. There you go. See, it's decreasing and it's going to form. Bam. It's going to finish up here. So the last but not least, is our last optical flare. So right click, solid, and we're going to go to solid number 4. And that is our optical flare. So go to Effect, Video Copilot, Optical Flare. Change it. Something to complement the color of your already made sphere that comes out of the ocean of particles. I don't really know what to choose. I don't want to choose something bad, but this is a tutorial. I don't need to be 100% awesome in it. I'm gonna go Golden Sun. F it. So render mode, transparent. Bam. So what we did, so now what we want to do is we want to go, this is actually fine, like before 5 seconds, right when it's forming, we want to make the brightness 0. We want to put the keyframe on the brightness for the optical flare and change it, like, again, make it like 1 keyframe, so 0.1, just to let the program know that I'm making a keyframe here. And then you want to go forward, and right before it's about to get finished forming, you want to make a big explosion of optical flares. So I don't really exactly know when it finished forming. There, right over here. So we're gonna make another keyframe here, 0.2, and we're gonna go ahead like a couple frames. So click this to go ahead there, and we're gonna make a big explosion of optical flares. Boosh. And then we're gonna go forward a couple frames there, and then decrease the optical flares to something normal like 100. So now we just made like a nice explosion of optical flares. So if we watch this, you guys pretty much got the point. It's gonna be an explosion of optical flares. Ah, come on now, I gotta show a tutorial. I'm wasting time. There, look at that awesome explosion. Boosh, and it goes away. Anyways, guys, that's pretty much all for this tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you don't want to do all this stuff, you can always buy the intro for $8 on my site, MrDoubleStudios.com. That's pretty much all. Thank you for watching all the way through, and if you liked it, subscribe, and if you didn't like it, dislike, so I know that it's not a good tutorial. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.